My name is Hannah, and I'm going to be talking about the social effects of technology in today's time. Have you ever noticed while being at the breakfast table, dinner table, lunch table with your family, or even going to a restaurant and looking around, what are families really doing while they're sitting down together? Well, in today's time, they are doing what this picture is perceiving. Dad here is on his laptop. Son is on his phone listening to music. Mom is also on her phone. And daughter is on her laptop. I mean, her iPad. So, what is family time? It's on your electronics. That's what today has came to. Studies show that the average user picks up their phone device more than 1,500 times a week. 150 times a day, every 6 minutes, people are checking their phones. That is crazy to me. How do people do their everyday daily tasks? How do they have a job or drive while they're checking their phones? They can't. It's impossible to do. While there are negative effects, there are also positive effects of technology, and this is why people are always on their phone, because we literally have the whole entire world under our fingertips, under a click of a button. We can order pizza online. We can stalk your grandma's brother's girlfriend's brother-in-law. We can check our bank accounts. We can talk to anyone around the world who we want to for free. We can read books. We can do anything. And while that is very beneficial, it is also very, very, very negative. And the reason it is negative is because we depend on technology so much. We depend on it too much. We don't remember our phone numbers like we used to in the day. It becomes very impossible to balance a checkbook. I worked at JCPenney, and I had so many people my age that could not write me a check because they didn't know how to, or balance a checkbook because your phone, iPad, computer can literally do that for you, and I would have to write it for themselves or write it for them. Also, asking for directions is a huge thing because nowadays phones have GPS, we have Siri to tell us where to go, but what happens when your phone dies and you don't have a phone charger and you don't have a map? Because let's be honest, who carries a map anymore? We freak out. We freak out because we have to stop our car, get out, and have face-to-face interaction with somebody who we don't know. And that leads us to choking, rapid heartbeat, wobbly legs, feeling faint, shaking, a sense of dread for having to do that. It shouldn't be like this at all. Communication is just gone so downhill because we're so dependent on our phones. Another thing that technology has impacted us negatively is our human interactions are lost. Life is happening all around us, but how would we even know that when our heads are buried in our phones? Simple interactions such as smiling and eye contact don't happen anymore because, again, we're looking down at our phones. Also, human connections and miscommunications, which that means, say, I'm texting you, telling you something, like maybe giving you a compliment, but you take it the complete wrong way because you're not actually hearing me say that. That would be a miscommunication, and I mean, it could ruin friendships and relationships, anything like that. Also, with human connections, technology has affected people marriage-wise and relationship-wise because people don't spend time together. They might be together, but they're not talking or interacting because they're on the phone. They're on Facebook or Instagram, MySpace. It's just, yeah. And last but not least, again, family relationships. Just like in the beginning, interactions with families are more convenient to text each other rather than have a sit-down conversation. Quality time is spent more being on electronic devices at inappropriate times like this at the dinner table. So let me give you an example. When my mom is absolutely mad at me, now I'm not going to want to call her or tell her face to face how I feel, or how I know she wants to see me face to face and how she feels, but I'm not going to want to because I'm scared. So I rather text her. But again, that's the miscommunication. She's really not going to see how I feel, and I'm really not going to see how she feels. So, as you can see, technology is a negative thing. And as it has so many positives to it and it's growing every single day, it is ruining people's connections, their relationships. We're scared to smile or wave or say hello because we're so used to talking behind a computer screen or a phone screen and using emojis. Like, that's our expressions to each other rather than face to face. So what happens when we go to a job interview? Well, we have to sit down with somebody. We can't text them the answer to their question. We freak out. We might not even know what to say at all. Technology, it's not so much a bad, because it is very positive, but it is hurting the way we communicate with each other in so many ways. And this is why I feel so passionate about this, and I see it happen every day with little kids and even grown-ups. It ruins relationships, and I just hope it gets better one day. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you have learned many things, and thank you again.